In a land where cacti outnumber cell towers and the horizon stretches further than a fiber optic cable, it's time for Valley's Bits, Bytes and Banter, the podcast that looks a bit behind the scenes of a broadband provider, takes a big bite out of the tech world, and serves up a healthy dose of banter with people in our community. And now, without further ado, here's your host, Bob Dahlstrom.
Thank you, everybody. How's everybody doing today? As the intro said, thank you, Lee Patterson, for that introduction. It's a brand new podcast we're starting here, and we're very excited about it. Welcome to Valley Telecom's Bits, Bytes, and Banter. And I am Bob Dahlstrom, along with my co-host and our tech guru, Ralph Score.
I'm here.
Ralph is here. He's making sure everything runs as smooth as possible for us. And thank you for tuning in. Like we said, this is our very first episode of our podcast. And we've been talking a while that for Valley Telecom, for those of you that don't know, we are a rural internet provider in Southeast Arizona, Southwest New Mexico. Been around since 1962. At our core, we are a cooperative, right? We're served by our members. We're owned by our members. We all live where we work where we live, and we love serving our community. And as, of course, as technology goes, we were originally a telephone cooperative. We still are. But obviously now the focus is turned to internet because everything is in the world anymore is run by internet.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. But that's not, this podcast is not all about us. We'll talk a little bit about technology and things that are going on in the news. We'll talk about some of the things we have going on, but the focus is going to be our communities and individuals in our communities. We have so many interesting people who have fantastic stories to tell in our community, and I think today is a great example of we're kicking it off today. But Ralph, before we get going, let's talk a little bit about some of the technology things we have going on.
Yeah.
I just noticed recently Netflix, right? They run those companies, obviously streaming, internet. You got to have internet.
The 800-pound gorilla of streaming.
That they are. And in the first quarter, they announced that they've added 9.3 million subs to their list of subscribers. 9.3 million just in the first 3 months of 2024. And I think part of that is because the crackdown about sharing passwords that a lot of these streaming services are doing. Yeah. So I think maybe those numbers are skewed a little bit as far as that goes, but they are new subscribers.
Yeah.
Paying subscribers that they're gaining.
Well, no one ever said that Reed Hastings was a dummy.
That's right.
He's the him and Ted Sarantos. I have a story about that when Netflix first came out. They were a DVD subscription service, and I remember being at a conference. I was running a conference that he at the end of his keynote, if you will, to the crowd of about 1,000 executives, he said, about 10 years from now, we're going to be streaming this over the internet, and they all kind of laughed at him.
So everybody's like, what are you talking about? That makes no sense.
Exactly. So famous last words.
Yeah, the technology, right? I mean, as things have changed, it's incredible. I mean, considering this year, Wi-Fi is 25 years old this year. Wireless internet.
Unbelievable.
The leaps and bounds that the internet, broadband as we also call it, has taken in that time is incredible.
Well, and I don't think, when you connect nowadays, you don't even think about hooking something up to your device anymore. You're connecting. It's always connecting on Wi-Fi now.
And virtually everything connects to your Wi-Fi at your home. And Netflix, but let's talk about streaming, right? Because we're an internet provider. We provide a pipe, right? A service. So people, one of the things they do, one of the main things people do is stream. I think, Ralph, don't you just primarily stream anymore at your house?
That's it. I cut the cord back in 2017.
A while ago.
And we were in the TV business, and when we got out of TV, I went, well, what am I going to do? And I remember reading about the streaming thing coming.
Yeah.
And I've had my own personal YouTube channel for 17 years now. Before Google ever got into it, when YouTube kind of looked like crap, So
back in the day, right? But they're figuring it out.
Between Netflix and Amazon Prime, and I get all my live stuff on YouTube TV because I like my sports, and then we've also got Hulu, and then there's all the free stuff. You've got the free stuff like
much of it,
Pluto TV and Crackle and Tubi and all these things. So, but we have something that helps out with that, don't we?
Well, yeah, because we all have experienced that, right? We don't know if there's a new show going. I'm not sure which streaming platform is it on. Do I have it? Can I get it? Is it free? How much does it cost? What do I need to stream it? So that's why we added that section to our website just recently called Go Stream Now.
Yeah.
And if you go to gostreamnow.com/VTC, it covers all things streaming. I'm literally all things streaming.
In one place.
In one place.
Yeah.
You can pull up all the free services.
Yeah.
You can pull a drop down, see the pros and cons. What does it cover? Do I need to sign up? Here's a link to go sign up.
And you can sign up. Yeah. You can order services whether they're pay for or free.
Yeah. And the streaming services, most of them are on demand, right? Because that means you can binge watch.
Yeah.
Same thing. There's a list of them there. You can it tells you how much it is per month.
Yeah.
Click the link to go sign up. What device do I need to stream that particular platform?
And you can order the device.
How much bandwidth should I have?
Yeah.
This website handles all of that in one place, even tutorials to tell you how to set up some of those devices. So go to gostreamnow.com/VTC. We love that section of this thing. It's brand new. Go check it out. Even just mess around with it. Go see all the different stuff. You'll be amazed at how much information's there.
Yeah, it'll really smooth out your process. For me getting into the whole game of streaming and that, it took me a long time to define and figure out what I wanted and get everything figured out. And that's because there wasn't an aggregated spot where you could get it all in one place.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, and also looking at the first quarter, in terms of amounts of minutes streamed,
oh my gosh,
by service, Netflix was number 2.
Ooh,
do you know what number 1 of minutes streamed?
Disney,
YouTube.
Oh, of course,
and not the live TV.
No, regular YouTube,
just regular YouTube.
Well, YouTube is the second most searched site in the world.
Correct. And only first to Google.
Yeah. Guess what?
Guess who owns YouTube?
Yeah, Google.
Google. Disney Plus was 3.
Okay.
Was number 3. Amazon was number 4. Number 5 was Tubi.
I don't doubt that. And Tubi is owned by Fox.
Right.
Right. So, and it's just like Crackle is owned by Sony, or was owned by Sony. Pluto TV is owned by Paramount. So all that content that Paramount puts out, whether it's through CBS or Viacom or all that all ends up trickling down, And I mean, for me, Pluto's a go-to for me. It's like I'm a This Old House fan.
Yeah.
They have a 24-hour-a-day This Old House channel there.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
Yeah, I'm in.
Tubi's my favorite because we love cheesy shark movies.
Oh, they're all there.
They're amazing. All there. And Tubi has them all.
Yeah.
Ones you've never heard of. One of my favorites is Sharks in Venice, which tells you all you need to know in the title is Sharks in Venice. It's so cheesy. It's wonderful. Yeah. And again, people probably wonder, how do I know what's new, what's streaming?
Yeah.
We also have an e-newsletter.
Oh, that's right.
A monthly e-newsletter, all things streaming, that is also tied to our website. So you can sign up for that, and we'll tell you later on how you can email us and get on the list to get our monthly newsletter. But Ralph, I'm excited to talk to our first guest today.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into that, introduce him right after this break. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Valley Telecom Internet keeps you connected at the speed of life. Our fiber optic network provides fast speeds with unlimited data, whether you're gaming, streaming, or downloading your favorite podcasts. To find out what speeds are available in your area, give us a call at 800-421-5711 or go to vtc.net. Life moves pretty fast, and so should your internet. So get connected with Valley Telecom. And don't forget to download the latest episodes of Valley's Bits, Bytes, and Banter wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Valley's Bits, Bytes, and Banter. This is our first episode of our brand new podcast where you can subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts, including on podbean.com or the Podbean app. And all you have to do is search Valley's, with the apostrophe S, Valley's Bits, because that'll take you right to it.
Yeah.
And that's where you can see all the list of episodes and subscribe and leave a review.
And the website is mobile friendly. And
Absolutely.
There's also an app. So let's do it on the app.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, and they'll be on our website as well.
Yeah.
VTC.net.
And our YouTube channel.
They're going to be everywhere. You can't miss it. You'll be able to get this podcast everywhere, guys. All right, let's get into and talk to our first guest, our very first guest. And he has been with Valley Telecom for a little over 24 years. Am I right?
Yes, sir, Bob. A little over 24 years.
Started with the company way back in the day as being a part of the accounting staff. Actually, you were a consultant. Hired as a consultant for Valley before you came to work for us.
I was actually with Valley Telephone's auditors, Bollinger, Seegers, Gilbert, and Moss.
There you go.
I worked for them for a year before I came to work for Valley. Ironically enough, my very first job with BSGM was at Valley Telephone, and
there you go.
Spent 4 weeks in Wilcox auditing the books for Valley.
And you were the CFO for over 18 years, and just this past year became the CEO of Valley Telecom. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Troy Judd is our first guest. How you doing, Troy?
I'm doing great. And you, Bob?
I'm doing well, man. We've been here almost the exact same amount of time. We've been here. Isn't that crazy?
We almost walked in the door about the same time.
We did. And I mean, holy cow, the changes you've seen as you've been in the financial side of things and accounting and working your way up to CEO, the growth and the changes in our company. I mean, would you ever think we would sit here now just be an internet provider? We've done it all just about.
Oh, no, I would not. When I first came to Valley, we were measuring access lines, and now we're measuring broadband lines. So the business has changed significantly, and we've tried other things along that path or journey. Like Ralph said earlier, we were in the video business there for a while, and decided that wasn't for us or the best direction for us, so we changed. We
were a cellular company. We offered paging.
Paging.
We tried to do all things communicating.
I remember hanging on to that one paging customer. We held on to that customer for quite a while after we discontinued the service, and
they just didn't want to let go of that pager.
They did not.
I mean, there were some good things about pagers, right? And that person did not want to give it up.
No, I think we had that customer for about 2 years. One single customer.
And bless them, bless their hearts. They finally relented and said, "Okay, I'll give it up."
Absolutely.
But as we've gone along, we've streamlined things. I guess you could say we've fine-tuned our focus. Maybe that's how I'll say it. That we sold off the cellular side, which helped partially finance our fiber optic network to get that upgraded, future-proof our entire network with fiber optic cable. And we've had a lot of projects going with fiber, but we've never lost sight, I don't feel, that of our core as a cooperative. Our customers are our business.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's how, or the reason why we are here is because we are a cooperative. We were started by those ranchers back in 1962, 63,
right?
Yeah.
And so they started the co-op. There was a real need to service rural America, and so they had the foresight to do that. And here we are now. So providing internet service to them now, so that they can do business out there in rural America, out on those ranches and farms that are out in Timbuktu.
Yeah, because now, like we've mentioned at the top of the show, no matter where you are, virtually anything now runs on the internet, agriculture related, any business can use it. So it's really needed, especially in the rural areas. I mean, this is really the heart of the country in our rural areas.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how they buy and sell their cattle, their product. Farmers, they're buying and sell their product, and that's how they reach the customers, is through the internet. So we have a huge impact on those rural customers, and that's good to know. That's something that's fun and exciting for us, and that's why we were built, and that's our foundation. So.
Yeah, and we're proud of that. I mean, I love the fact that we know our customers, right? They walk into we have 3 different offices. They can walk into those offices. Chances are, even if they're new, chances are they're going to know the people that work there, the people they meet, our customer care specialists. Any of us can run into anybody in the community events we get involved in, and we all know each other. I mean, that's one of the great things I think about being a cooperative.
Oh yeah, we're the local company, and just like you said, Bob, we're the people that you're going to run into in the grocery store and at the bank, credit union, wherever you're doing your business at, and their customers are going to run into our employees all the time. So yeah, we're out there, and we understand or have a good understanding of what our customers need, and so what some of their frustrations are and stuff. So.
Well, and speaking of that, let's talk customer experience a little bit. I know that that every now and then you get words or terms that are buzzwords, like everybody's trying to do it. We've been doing that from the beginning, but nobody's perfect. We can always do better. We're always looking for ways to give our customers an even better experience when they come in the door, when they call us, when they go online. And I know that's something that's really near and dear to your heart, that is a priority for us to provide an even better customer experience for any of our customers.
Oh, absolutely. We're always looking for ways to better serve our customers. And I mean, the customers are who we are here for. And so we want that experience to be a really good experience, a beneficial experience, and one that we can all hang our hat on. So yeah, we are always looking for ways to make that, to improve upon that customer experience.
And I think it's important that, I think, Troy, you've taken kind of a focal point too on making sure that experience is also centric to the employees and the staff, and it filters down from them as well.
Oh, absolutely. Employees are what make up Valley, and they're the heart and soul of Valley, and so we definitely want to improve the employee experience as well. I mean, if your employees feel good about what they're doing, their jobs, their opportunities, they're going to express that to customers as well, and they're going to be really excited to fulfill the customer needs and do everything they can to make their experience a good one. So it does start with your employees, and then from there it flows right into your customer base. So
yeah, I think that's a good point, right? We say customer in that phrase, customer experience, but it's every aspect of our business, of what we do, that is make a better experience, employees included.
Absolutely. It takes both.
In fact, we just recently revamped the mission statement for the company and the core values that support it as a big step forward in focusing our customer experience and providing it for everybody, like you said, employees included, because they're included in the core values, right? Employees are important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Our mission statement, our core values, they're the foundation of what we're building this whole customer and employee experience program on. And it's been a great start for us, a great start. We're early in the process, and everybody seems to be really excited about it. So that makes me excited.
Yeah, right? That it's just infectious that way. When everybody's excited about it, you all get excited. I mean, even just as an example, this past Friday was a cleanup day here in Wilcox, and the city of Wilcox sponsored it, put it on. They provided all the things we needed, trash bags and gloves and vests and things, and invited companies to come help. And we had a great showing.
We had 14 staffers out, and we probably collected close to 1,000 pounds of trash.
Yeah, if not more. I mean, it was needed. And that was fantastic to see see how they showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really cool.
Yeah, I think the buy-in, that's the key is, you get everybody excited and buy into a program of any kind, and then it's infectious. Like you said, it's infectious from one staffer to another within a department, and then from one department to another. It's real exciting.
Bob, it's kind of interesting because we talk a lot about being the local company, and you can talk about that. It's in our advertising, and we are local. We have the local offices, local employees, and all that type of stuff. But there's also other meaning to it, and so that's part of it as well. We participate in those cleanup days, those local cleanup days, and different things like that. We participate in the parades. We always have floats. We do different things, other events, school events. That's what it means to be local. It's not just that we have employees that live here in the communities that we serve, and we have local offices, but we also participate in our local communities. So that's a big thing. That's important.
I love that we do that. I really do. I mean, we do have competitors. We do have, not to talk ill of our competitors, but none of them are going to be as invested in the communities as we are, or understand the connection to the communities. We are truly connected to our community. I'm not talking internet. I'm just talking about our roots in the communities that like I said, our people live here. Our employees live here. They're customers too. And we see people in the grocery store. We see people at the gas station. Yeah. We see people at local events, community events at the school or wherever it may be. And they ask us questions all the time. And I love that. I love the fact that we are there for that.
I think it's too that we're really involved in things like the schools. Like when there's career days going on, it's like we show up in mass. We take up more space than anybody else, and we're hands-on demos with fiber splicing exercises and stuff like that. The whole internship program that we have going on for students in the summer is a great thing.
Oh yeah, the internship program has been something that we started several years now. And we hire some high school graduate or high school seniors and hire them for the summer, and then if they're able to work throughout the rest of the year, we allow that, and it's a great experience for them, a great experience for us, a good opportunity to show them who we are, what we do. Sometimes you just don't always know that, recognize it, or anything like that. I mean, I lived in Pima, and I growing up, I didn't know who Valley Telephone was. I didn't know who they were until I came back here as an auditor. So anyways, it's just a great opportunity to allow students to get in the building, see all the different job opportunities that they may have or be interested in. And it's worked out for us. We've actually have hired one of those high school seniors. So
yeah, that's worked out great. And there's one other real quickly, I want to talk about a customer experience aspect. And that obviously is the service, the internet service, right? Customers want that. And as we mentioned, as more and more devices become internet enabled, everybody needs more and more internet. And we're not going to go into, we could spend probably 3 episodes talking about our fiber expansion projects. But that's, I think, another example of our commitment, right? Is that there are some areas that have DSL service, some have fixed wireless service off an antenna, and we're in the middle of a massive project of upgrading most of those areas to fiber to bring people a more great experience.
Oh yeah, we're committed to our all of our service territories, and in a lot of service territories we have fiber to the home already, and then in our other ILEC areas. Incumbent areas, we're pushing out fiber out into those really rural areas that cost a lot of money, but we're committed to it, and we're committed to getting 90% of our customer base will be fiber to the home fed. So we're committed to that. We're right in the middle of that plan right now, and so we're working on it, and those customers are going to have a great opportunity.
It's amazing. I have friends of mine in Phoenix to go, when are you guys coming here?
Because they can't get that type of service.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
All right, we're talking with our guest today, Troy Judd, CEO of Valley Telecom Group. We appreciate Troy being here. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and learn some things about Troy that maybe some of you don't know. Be right back in a minute.
Join Bob Dahlstrom and Ralph Score right here as they provide a look behind the curtain of a broadband provider on Valley Telecom's new podcast, Bits, Bytes, and Banter. In every episode, they will take a bite out of the tech world and provide a healthy dose of banter with people in our community. Plus, they'll share funny stories and a bit about what is going on in their worlds. Look for Valley's Bits, Bytes, and Banter on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And we are back with Valley's Bits, Bytes, and Banter. Thank you for tuning in. This is our very first episode, and we are looking forward to a long, long run of episodes of our podcast because the focus on each one of these episodes is an interesting person in our community. And we are rural, but we have a big community. We have a lot of interesting people to draw on. We have a big list of guests we're going to have on this show. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing, and make sure to leave a review here on our podcast. But we're talking with Valley CEO Troy Judd. And Troy, we're going to get a little more personal, maybe not professional related, work related, but here we have a question of the day. And this is one we like to ask.
Here we go.
And it's one of those questions almost like who would win in a fight or something. And there's no wrong answer. But we have a series of questions we'll let you choose, but you don't know which question is. We're just going to make you choose a number. And then we'll ask you that question associated with a number. So can you choose a number between 1 and 5?
Number between 1 and 5. What's going to be my lucky number?
What is the lucky number?
Let's go with 4.
Okay, number 4. Tell us your favorite line or quote from any movie. Do you have a favorite movie you like to watch? There's a scene. Troy had no idea that was coming, right? See, you have no idea that's coming. I know. I appreciate
What's behind window number 5?
Oh, you want to know number 5? Do you want to try that one instead?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're going to love this. If you could dispense one condiment out of your fingertips, what would it be and why?
One condiment.
These are questions designed to just be different, right? What's your favorite condiment?
I'd have to say probably ketchup. I can use ketchup on almost anything.
You can't go wrong with ketchup.
You can't.
I mean, it's amazing.
It's the universal condiment.
I love it. That's one of my favorites, that and mustard. I love mustard.
It's the foundation of all barbecue sauces.
Yeah, mustard would have been number 2 for me.
See, well, maybe your right hand, your fingertips could be mustard, and your left hand, fingertips could be ketchup.
You have more than one fingertip on a hand.
Oh, now we're really getting into it here. Now we're getting into the weeds on that.
That's exactly where my head went to. I was like doctoring up a hot dog. Well, what do you put on it first? To me,
Right.
it's ketchup.
That's the visual.
And then the mustard's coming right after.
Right on. I'm down with that. Ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
My gosh. Hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever. That's awesome. Tater tots, onion rings.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm just getting hungry. So Troy, a lot of people probably know this, but not all of our listeners know this, but you are really, one of your passions is team roping. You love to do, how long have you been doing that?
Oh, man, I've been doing that most of my life, if not all my life. I think I came out of the womb with a rope.
Now you guys.
That's usually the case, right? The passion is right there.
And you guys compete. You guys go to Vegas and compete nationally, don't you?
Yeah, we go to the amateur finals there in Las Vegas. It's out there at the South Point Hotel and Casino, and that's every year about the same time as the NFR. And so we like to go out there and spend the week out there and have a good time, compete, hopefully win a little money. But
And
it's
then,
a good time.
And then lose it in the casinos?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
definitely. They'll cash your check right there for you.
Of course.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. We'll give it to you in all chips if you'd like.
Absolutely.
So Troy, question, header or healer?
I really like to heel. I used to head quite a bit when I was growing up, but for whatever reason, I like to heel. So I switched to the dark side.
Now, explain. Now, for people that don't know
what a header and a healer
what is a
is.
header and a healer?
The two positions.
Well, the header starts the run. They're kind of the quarterback of the run. They go out there and they catch the steer, hopefully by 2 horns, and turn that steer off to the left. And then the healer comes in, and it's their job to time the steer up and rope both feet, and then your run comes tight. And the time stops. So
it's really kind of a timing and a precision type thing that you're dealing with.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of time and work that goes into it. You've got 2 horses, 2 individuals, and a rope and steer that doesn't want to be caught. So
and a ton of trust, right, between the two of you.
A ton of trust.
So talk about when you talk about the team, the horses are part of your team, right? Do you use the same horse all the time, or do you get into a thing where you get a horse that maybe you haven't used before?
Yeah, some people do that. You can, some are good enough to be able to ride just any horse, get on them. And for me, that's not the case. I like to ride the same horse for a while. And just like Bob was saying, you got to earn some trust. And you got to know, when you back in the box, especially at Las Vegas, you don't want to be worrying about your horse. You just
you do not.
You want to be worrying about roping that steer. And so there's a lot of trust. You got to know what your horse is going to do, what they're going to react to. There's a lot of crowd noise, different things going on. It's a whole new venue for them. It's enclosed. So there's a lot of things going on that your horse has got to phase out, put out of their mind, and go after it.
And how does that work as far as getting there? Can anybody go? Do you have to earn your spot at the finals there in Vegas? How does that work?
Yeah, there's a couple or 3 different ways, I guess I should say. One is just a direct qualification. Basically you win your entry fee at one of these qualifiers during the year. There's another way you can do it where you have accumulated earnings, where you earn enough that you've earned your entry fee into the finale. Or if you're a legacy roper, meaning you've attended so many finales over the years or whatever, you get that legacy status, and then you can just direct entry if you want to do that. So
kind of a cross between the PGA and the and NFR. NFR is all about the money winnings to get in.
Oh yeah, it's all their earnings. That's how they get there. They take the top 15. So
Yeah.
And obviously, there's a lot of money there that can be won. So what? I don't want to know money wise, but if you remember position wise, what's the best your team has done so far? How'd you finish?
I would say it was actually the very first year I went. I was roping with my dad, which makes it a pretty special moment. And
absolutely.
Anyways, we ended up finishing in the top 3, and so
wow.
for that year, and so that was a pretty cool thing. Something that I'll remember forever, and you couldn't replace it.
No, that's awesome. What an awesome memory.
And it was a year where all my siblings were there, their family, and we haven't ever quite gotten to that same spot over the years. So a pretty special moment.
I mean, it's got to be difficult, right? There's so much competition to get to that level again. In the top 3, that's so much could happen. So many people competing.
Oh, there's those ropings can range anywhere from 500 to 700 teams per roping or event. So
that makes it even more special. I mean, to be able to do that, like you said, with your dad and your family being there, that's awesome.
Yeah,
what an awesome memory.
How many events do you rope in per year? You figure, Troy?
I usually go to a qualifier a month. Here in Arizona, we're very fortunate. The weather allows us to have qualifiers year round. You have during the winter time, you have qualifiers around the Phoenix area. In summertime, we get to go up north, up into the mountains, White Mountains, different areas like that. So there's a qualifier a month that you can go to in Arizona, plus all the small local jackpots that you can go to locally and things like that. So roping all the time.
That's awesome. I mean, it's something I've obviously never done. My son, Alex, he wanted to be one when he was little, so bad. Oh. He was a cowboy. He wanted to be a roper so bad that one of the families at church that we went to, they made him a roping dummy and gave him a lasso. And he was pretty good at that age. But it never went further than that because, kids, you get distracted by other things and, as he gets older and stuff. But even just watching him do it, the commitment focus is like, I just don't have that skill set. I'm sorry, I don't. He did, I don't. So that's fantastic, Troy. I mean, I know that's a passion and a hobby, but that's some commitment.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy my horses. That's something that really take pride in. All the horses I've ridden, I've been trained. I've trained those horses, worked with them. Brought them up through the years and have grown with them. And so that also makes it very special in that way as well. So it's not just family and friends that you're having relationships with. It's also with your horse, your animal. They are such a big part of the roping industry, and they can make such a huge difference in the success that you have each year. So,
and that ties into a better experience, right?
Oh,
tying it back to customer experience, like we're talking about here. See, it works on many levels.
Right
on.
And Troy, we do the Rex Allen Days parade every year. One of these years on the float, we want you there with a roping dummy doing a roping demonstration. You'd be roping people out of the crowd for us.
You may have an event he's at that one of those weekends, or maybe stuff going on.
Yeah,
this area is very busy at that time of year.
That's true.
Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode, the first one. And we want to thank our guest, Valley Telecom CEO, Troy Judd. Thank you, Troy, for being our very first guest. I know we'll have you on again because we have so much we're working on we can talk about at another time.
No, thank you, Ralph and Bob. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate it. Appreciate the time and the effort.
Thanks, Troy.
If you have any comments, suggestions, ideas, you can email us at podcast@teamvtg.net. And for Ralph Score, my co-host, and my special guest, Troy Judd, I'm Bob Dahlstrom. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Valley's Bits, Bytes, and Banter. Have a good day, everyone.